Hi, my name is Kelly and thank you for joining me today. So I'm doing something a little bit different. I am going to be filming a playthrough video of Shifting Stones, a game of tiles and tactics by Gamewright. So this is a game that I actually first played on Board Game Arena for the first time last year. A great little game. It was quick, it was easy to learn, easy to play. And then I was at a board game store in Wenatchee called the Treasure Trove, and I saw this game there and I was like, I just have to buy it because it is just a great, fun little game to play. So, super easy to set up. So I don't have it already set up, but it'll also just show you how quick and easy it is to set up. So you have the rule book, and it's 9 tiles and cards, and that is it. So the only thing that I need to figure out is just the setup for solo again, because these cards, let me show you the cards, have a number of the points that you can score. And so that is going to tell you the point score and then also how many cards of each one to use. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 5. Just gonna look in here real quick. Let's see, solo game. Mini deck of 16 pattern cards containing 8 1-point cards. Quick little shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4 2-point cards. Let's see. Three 3-point cards. 1, 2, 3. And 1 5. So I'll just grab that one. Okay. And then we'll just shuffle these together. So basically the whole purpose of this game is there are patterns on the other side of the card, and so you want the tiles to match those patterns for the card. And when they do, you can score the card, and then that basically takes the card out from gameplay. The only problem is these cards are also used to move the tiles around or flip the tiles. So as you take cards away, you actually have less actions that you can take from those cards. Or from the cards remaining. The other thing is when you end your turn, if you haven't scored one of the cards, then it basically counts as a mark against you, and so you can only end your turn 4 times without scoring one of the cards, otherwise the game is over. And so to win the solo game, you have to score all of the cards. Very complicated. I've never actually won this game. I've only played it a few times. But I always end up with at least usually it's 1 card. One game I ended up with 2 cards left. So it's really hard to get all of the cards, tiles in the right location that they need to be in to score all of the cards. I know there's some strategy in it that I am missing and I can't quite get. So we'll see. One of these days I might win. And so then these are just put randomly, sometimes flipped, sometimes not. So, try not to peek too much on them. And the tiles are double-sided. And, oh, a little too high. Let's see. Okay. So the cards are double-sided, so there is a tile guide. There we go. And so the back of the yellow card, or the tile, is the black one. So it's sun and moon. You have fish and bird, horse and ship, and then seed and tree. And then I always just like to keep one of these also off to the side just to remind me of my, I'll put this over here to just remind me of my turns that I can take. And I believe it's just a 4 card. Let's start with 4 cards. 4 cards. Okay. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter as much if people can see my cards because I am playing solo. Oh, and then there is a, just so you know, the tiles themselves, obviously, there's not the same amount for every single one. So there is 1 sun and moon combo card, 2 fish and bird. So these are the 2 fish and bird. You have 3 horse and boat. So these are all on the boat, not the horse at all. And then 3 of the seed and tree. So, all right. So I will need to get these, one of these in that corner or a ship over here. And they do have to be in this order. So this one, it has to be the bird above a seed in any location. Whereas this one, you can see gray tiles. And so that means they have to be in the specific location. So they have to be in the 2 corners with the middle. And then I have one here. So again, it has to look, you have to have like this. Actually, I can score this one. So I have 2 gray tiles, or, you know, it doesn't matter what these 2 tiles are. And then I have a bird and then a tree. So I could score that one immediately. But again, then it takes the card out of play. I could flip this one to be a horse, and then that one could score. And then that's back at the beginning. So let's see. So I am looking at those. Actually, let's move these up so I can have my cards on screen. Okay. Let's see. So this one I can score. This one I can turn. And I do need to get a ship over here, and I need to get this on the move. Well, let me, since I know I need that, let me burn this card to swap the locations. And that goes into the discard pile. And let me do that one more time. That way. Okay. So that will get rid of that card. Oh, see, and then I've already moved it, so I can't score it. But I could score this one. So let's turn this. We're going to use this 2 card to flip the tile. And then that will score that one. So I've scored that one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just drop to your hand size. Now you don't have to go through all of the cards. You can keep cards in your hand and then just draw up to 4 again. Again, you have to at least score 1 though before you do that. Otherwise it does count as a strike, and you can only have 4 strikes before the game ends. So a lot of strategy, which I'm not great at in this game yet, but I'm learning. So we have the horse, we have the tree in the middle. I want this to be the bird. So what I could do is I could swap these and then flip that, and then I could score it. So maybe I'll do that. So let's burn this card to swap those. And we want to score this one. And then we'll burn this card to flip this tile to the horse side. Now that will score this. So I have this. This can be in any row because it doesn't tell you with the gray tiles at all. So I've got those 3. So I'll score that one. And I'm going to leave this one as is for now. So I will just draw up to my hand limit. Okay. Okay, so again, this one you can see I can score immediately because it just needs to be on the bottom in any of the columns, and it needs to be on the moon side. So I think I will score that one just to get that out of the way. Usually it's the one that has the moon or the sun that I tend to not score very well because there's only one of those. And so, you know, if it's up in this corner and I need it somewhere over here, it's really hard to get the moves to move it. So I'm going to score that one immediately, and then that way at least I've scored for this one, so I won't get a strike. And what I want to do here. So I do know I want to get that one over there, and I think I want the ship over here. Now I could flip this one back over, and this would get me a ship. It's too bad because if I flip that one and move this, then I could score this one. See, it's complicated. It's tricky. I mean, I don't need to score anything this round, so I just need to try and move things around. And then if your card pile is ever runs out, you just shuffle the discard. Well, let's move this over here because I know I need this over here. No, do I want to do that? Maybe I should just prepare to score. Maybe I'll just prepare to score this one for next round. So again, I've already scored one. So I will move this to go over here. And then I'll get rid of this card to flip this to the fish. And so this one's ready to score my next turn. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm back up to 4 cards now. And if you're really smart, you know, honestly, I don't know if it's legal to do this or not, to look through the cards again, so you can kind of plan ahead of like, okay, where do I need the cards? Again, it's going to be shuffled, so it's hard to know exactly what cards are going to come up. But like if I know, like let's say I know there's no more of the black, then I could flip that to the sun at some point if I know I need the sun somewhere. So, well, this one I could score immediately as well as this one. Oh. Well, we'll go ahead and score this one, so at least that gets that one out of the way. I could end my turn here. I've already scored one. Draw a card to bring me back up to 4, and then I could immediately score this one, and so then that way I know I don't have to worry about it. So if I need to move or flip any of them. So I might do that. So I'll draw 1, brings me back up to 4. And then I will score this set. So that's that card. So I know I need to get a fish with a ship on top of it. So I could move this one down and then flip it. And then that would be score. I could score that one next round. I think I need the tree for some. So I don't want to turn it quite yet. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll get rid of this card to move these two. And then get rid of this card to flip this. Okay. So I'm going to end my turn. I scored that one. So I'm going to draw that. Well, if I score this one, I could then flip this. But I also have this one, and I only have the 2. At some point, though, I need to get that over here, flip it. So let's go ahead and score this one. So at least we've scored this round. I'll draw another card. So I'm going to end my turn. Draw another card. this fish and bird one is going to be really hard. Let's see. Well, these are in the right location. I just need to flip them. This one needs to move over, which it does anyway. And then I just need to move this one over. So let's actually, I can't remember. Let's just do it. So let's get rid of a card to score or to move that. And then let's use, okay, so I might need to flip this one because I don't have, I'm going to flip it. So we're going to flip that one, get rid of that, and then we're going to score this one. Okay. Now I'm going to end my turn. I'm so close to the 3. Okay, here's the one that I needed. Now, if I move this one to grab the boat, bring down here, that's not going to work. So what I want to do is I think I want to move this one here. So that'll get rid of that card. I'm going to use this card to flip this. Oh, shoot. Okay. If I get rid of the 5, it's going to go shuffled back in. I don't want to do that. I'm going to end my turn. That gets me 1 strike. So I will just use... This will just be a strike. So I have 1 strike. So I'm ending my turn. I didn't score a card, so that's why I get a strike. Okay, so back up to 4. All right, so I want to use this card to flip this, and then that will score me this one. So in the corner and in the corner. Okay, so now I can end my turn. Now I want to score this one. Now if I move this one, no, try not to think about it too much. So I need to move this one over here and then flip. So that 3 turns, that's just enough. So we'll get rid of this card to go here. Ooh, but I could score this one. We'll get rid of this one to flip this. Okay, so I'm mostly there. I'm going to score this one because I already have it over here, and then end my turn. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. We need to flip this. So let's go ahead. We'll burn this one to flip it. And then this gets me the 5. So I got that, the seed with the 2 horses, and then the moon. So we're going to score it and end my turn. See, again, there's a lot of strategy I'm probably not thinking of here. It's a lot to think of. Okay, we got to do something with these seeds. So if I move this over here and then up, that will bring this down here. Actually, okay, hold on. Get rid of that to move this over here. And then we're going to get rid of this one. Nope, not to flip that one. We want to flip this one. Okay. So now this one I have that. And then what I would need to do is move that up there, and I'll score that one. The only other thing though is I also have this one. Sorry, a little bright. I also have this one. I almost needed to keep the tree over here, flip it, score it, and then move it. Strategy. I will score this one at least, and then end my turn. So okay, so we will use this card. It's going to be close. And if I get this, that one. And so I can score that one. I need to use this, I think, to move. So then I could score this one. I would then need to flip it. So I'm getting rid of this card to make that move. But then I need to flip it to score this one. And then I need this one to move up, flip it to score that one. I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to take another strike. So that's 2 strikes. And then I need to get one of these moved over. Okay. This one I can score. This one I can score. This one I can almost score. This one I can't do until I score the others first. We'll score this one. End my turn. Last card. Let's use the card to move it. And then we'll use a card to flip. And we'll score this card. So it's in the middle. And then there's only 3 cards left, so I'm not going to bother shuffling. And we need to flip this card. So let's flip the card. So now I could score both of these, but then I need to get this. Let's put that over there to move this down here. And I think that's all I can do. I need to start scoring. So we'll score this one. That ends my turn. Get these 2 cards back. Move this over here to go over there to switch those locations. I'm going to end my turn. Actually, do I need to end my turn? I don't think I do. I can score it. Okay, so I'm going to score it because I have these 2 scored. And then that ends my turn. I draw my last card and then, haha, first time I have won. And then I score that one. Look at that. Okay, so the first time I do a board game playthrough and I use this game is the first time I win. And I don't think I cheated. I'll watch back before I post the video and I'll let you know if I cheated, but I don't think I did. So yay. And I only had 2 strikes. So cool. That is it. That's the game. Obviously, we go a little bit quicker. I was talking to you. I've been recording for about 27 minutes or so. So yeah, that was great. So that is Gamewright Shifting Stones. It's a great game of tile and tactics. There is also a multiplayer. It is a 1 to 5 player game, ages 8+. So there is a multiplayer game, and basically what you do with the multiplayer game, I haven't fully read the rules because I haven't played it yet. So you still draw a hand of 4 cards. Cards are face down, so you want to look at your cards, obviously, but not show the opponents. And then you stack the entire deck. So you shuffle the entire deck, which again is, I mean, it's a pretty good size deck. There's 72 pattern cards, all different types of patterns. there's just such a wide variety, which is great too for solo play, because I mean, every time is a different game. And then obviously when you do the tiles, you either flip them or don't flip them. So you randomize the tiles as well. But for the multiplayer, you place the entire deck. Whoever most recently read a history book takes the dark background reference card. So it's this one versus the other cards, which are the light background. And again, so you take as many actions on your turn as you can. You shift stones, flip stones, score a card. You can end your turn. You can also skip your turn. Makes a lot more sense, I think, in multiplayer, but it could be useful for solo. When you skip your turn, so instead of taking any other actions, you just skip your turn, draw 2 cards from the deck, so you now have 6 cards in hand. You can't skip your turn twice in a row. Obviously, when you play solo, if you skip your turn, you get an automatic strike. So it might be worth it if you're looking for a specific card, like if you're down to 6 or 7 cards and you know there's a card in there that you want to score before you start moving stuff around, it might be helpful. Again, a lot of strategy. And then basically you score the cards. So the multiplayer, you score the cards based off the points as well. And so end game trigger, if you score a specific number of pattern cards, this triggers the end of the game. So if you play 2 players, you have to score 10 cards. And then as soon as that happens, the game ends. And then you tally the points on the cards that you scored. So you tally the points at the top. And then whoever collected the most 1 cards receives a 3-point bonus. So obviously you think people might not want to score the 1 cards, but if you do get the most, you get an extra 3 points. So that helps with why you might want to score those 1-point cards. So there you go. And that is it. A great little game. Again, I first found it on Board Game Arena, so you can check it out there. And then, yeah, if you feel like I'm more of a touchy-feely, so I like playing with actual cards, actual tiles, flipping things over, looking at it. So yeah, so I love playing with a physical board game if I can. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today on my very first playthrough on my channel, and it was a win, which I take as a very good sign. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the game or if you've played the game, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. You didn't record any of it?